didn't see you there, neighbor. I'm Mayor Mike, and we're going to do Talking Point a little bit different this time. We're going to talk about all of the things that City Hall has been doing to help minimize the contact and provide the same amount of service that we do throughout City Hall. So welcome to the Mayor's office. The first thing you'll notice is that masks are required at City Hall right now. And our office really isn't open to the public. You can make an appointment, and Kelly will be able to help you out. But if you have to come down here, we've installed some plexiglass and hand sanitizer at all of our stations. So if you come down to the Mayor's office, knock first, and if you can, make an appointment, but we will get we keep you as safe as we possibly can. Let's start looking at some of the other departments here at City Hall, like the Clerk's Office for voting, or the Inspection Department for permits. Follow me. This is the new Clerk's Office. So it's the old office, but we made some modifications. We've got a plexiglass barrier here to minimize the amount of contact that we have, but you can still get your paperwork done and speak to one of our ladies in the clerk's office to get what you need done. Let's go see if we can find Carlin to talk about voting. We're here right now with our city clerk, Carlin Krautkramer. We've already talked about some of the things that the clerk's office has done, but voting is a hot topic right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what the clerk's office has been doing in relation to COVID-19 and how people can vote during this pandemic?
Okay, so you can request your ballot by mail. You can do that online through myvotewisconsin.gov. It's a very easy website to navigate. It's kind of your one-stop shopping for everything elections. You can find your polling place, you can find what is on the ballot, you can check your voter registration, and you can request your ballot. We also have in-person early absentee voting going on right now down at the clerk's office and here in the conference room. We have poll workers here that are here to assist voters in person. They complete an application, they vote their ballot, they place it in an envelope, the absentee ballot envelope, and it is secured here at City Hall until Election Day, at which time it's tabulated. Great. So just as if they were there in person, their ballot is there in their place.
Nice.
The clerk's office is open for all of our services are available to folks if they want to stop down at our window, or they can check online for information on licensing, any permits that they're interested in, or they can call us and we're happy to assist them in any way. We are encouraging all voters to, whether they're here in City Hall or appearing at the polling place, we're encouraging all voters just to mask up for those few minutes during that voting process, just to keep everyone safe and comfortable.
Okay, and we have hand sanitizer as well here? So
we have hand sanitizer, we have use one pen, and it gets circulated around, and then we sanitize those pens for reuse. We wipe down the voting booths after every use. So yes, our poll workers are trained into keeping everything, all of the surfaces clean and sanitized.
And is the process the same for the August election, which is coming up, and the November election?
Yes. We will also have early voting for the November election as well. Okay. And those dates will be posted.
Great. So let's say I haven't registered to vote yet, but I want to vote. It's too late to register online for early voting. How can I do that?
Correct. You can register to vote. If you changed, let's say you moved and you changed addresses, you need to register under that new address. So you can do that at your municipal clerk's office. You can do that here just prior to casting your absentee ballot, or you can do that on Election Day at the polls.
Okay. All right, and there's some polling location changes too?
Yes, we have 2 polling location changes. District 1 is going to be held at Mid-State Technical College, and the normal polling place is the high rise. Okay. And we also have a permanent polling change from the Portage County Health
the Ruth Ruth Guilford building, right?
Yes, so the Portage County Home.
Oh, the healthcare center, sorry.
Yeah, the healthcare center is changed to the Ruth Guilford Center. So just across the parking lot, so very nice and close.
And if you can't remember where you vote, or maybe this is your first time, you can see all of that online. You can go through the city website. Does the My Vote Wisconsin also show you polling districts?
Yes.
It does?
Yes, it does.
So you can just put your address in, and it'll tell you where you vote?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's pretty easy. So if someone has questions about how they can vote, maybe they're a little uncomfortable coming down to City Hall, can they call your office?
Sure, absolutely.
What's the number there?
It is 715-346-1569.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Carlin. You guys are doing a fabulous job. I know it's the busy time of the year with all of the elections coming up, but we're trying to accommodate everybody. We want to make sure that people who want to be able to vote have the safest options to vote. So if you don't feel comfortable coming down to City Hall, you can request a ballot by mail. You can vote absentee, and it's a fairly simple process.
Absolutely. We try to make it as easy for everyone as we can.
You know, one thing that I hadn't thought of yet, you're always looking for poll workers, right?
We're always looking for poll workers, especially for the November election. Right now, August is looking very, very good for us.
Okay.
We look like we have adequate staff, but for November, it's going to be all hands on deck.
So if somebody is interested, first of all, tell me real quickly what a poll worker does and what options they have for working. And it's a paid position. And what does someone need to do if they want to find out more or maybe become a poll worker?
Okay, so first of all, you administer the election. You guide that voter through the system, and you log them into the poll book. You register that they have appeared in person, and you have issued a ballot. That person casts their ballot, it's tabulated through the machine. Then there's a process at the end of the night that all of the poll workers and the chief inspector have to follow in order to tabulate the results. So it is really that interaction with the voter. That's what the election inspectors and the poll workers do. They work with the voters just to cast their ballot and do it correctly. In order to be a poll worker, all you have to do is complete an application and a release of information form. And we go ahead, and once that gets processed through, we'll contact you, we'll provide training, and get you scheduled in with some veteran poll workers so that you have a good team around you to learn.
Great. And that's important to know, too. You don't have to be an expert. I mean, the things that you talked about sound very complicated, but you have people there. Your chief inspectors are the ones who are really in charge of it. They've been doing it for years in a lot of cases, and they're going to help guide you through the process. It's really putting a body in a chair to help the voters exercise their right to vote.
Absolutely.
So if someone wants to contact you or your office about becoming a poll worker, again, call you?
You can call the office. You can send an email. The email is on the clerk's page. You can just click that link and say you're interested. There's also the applications are online on the clerk's page under elections, and you can find the application there as well.
Thank you very much, Carlin, for explaining all of this to us. We're proud to have you in our neighborhood.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Let's take a walk maybe to the treasurer's office, because property taxes, as you know, we've extended the deadline for property taxes because of COVID-19 to October 1st is the deadline now. So people are going to be coming in to pay their property taxes. Let's take a look at the treasurer's office and see what they've done. The next stop in our neighborhood is the treasurer's office. Corey Laddick is our comptroller treasurer, and he has a wonderful staff here. They handle all of the money, including dog licensing and things like that for the city. But most recently, we're going to have property taxes coming in. This is where you can pay your property taxes. But we also have other options for you. We have pay by mail. You can pay online with a credit card. There's a small service fee, but you can pay online at stevenspoint.com. Or you can come in and just drop it. There's a night drop box right there where you can have contactless property tax payment. We've installed a plexiglass barrier with a talk-through and a pass-through for your safety and the safety of our employees. We, of course, have hand sanitizer. And as I mentioned before, masks are still required when you're visiting City Hall. So if your property taxes haven't been paid yet, take some time, either drop it in the mail, pay online, or come visit the lovely staff here at the treasurer's office. Let's move on to community development and see what they've got going on. And on through our Hall of Mayors, where all of the mayors that we have photos of, or drawings in some cases, they're all listed here. So if you want to take a little walk through history, come on down and see the Hall of Mayors. And that leads us right to our Community Development, Inspection, and Assessor's Office. Let's go see if Mr. Kronoski's home.
Hello, Mayor Wiesa.
Hello, Ryan.
How are you today?
So I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Good. Glad to hear.
So we're here with Director Ryan Kronoski, who is the Director of the Community Development Department, talking about some of the changes. You probably have the most changes out of any of our departments.
Yes, sir.
In response to COVID-19. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect when they come to City Hall.
Sure. So previously, when people came into City Hall in the Community Development Department, if they needed to go to City Assessing, they used to go to where the conference room is now. I hope you stopped over there. But now they need to just come to one centralized location, which is our former conference room, now Community Development and Assessing Lobby. So as you can see, we added some glass behind me that's going to protect our employees. It's going to not only for COVID purposes, but for safety in general of the department. This is the one point of contact now, so if someone needs to come in and talk to the city assessor, the building inspector, community development director, neighborhood improvement monitor, they can come to this one location and then be serviced through the window here.
Okay, great. So let me walk through with a couple of questions.
Sure.
With COVID-19, I know there's a lot of people that are working from home or staying at home, or maybe events have been canceled, so there's a lot of time on their hands.
Yep.
Hypothetically, I want to build a new deck on my house, or maybe put up a fence.
Yes.
What's the process for doing that?
Well, you'll need one of these fancy building permits, but we are encouraging our residents to utilize the online portal, which is stevenspoint.com/cityview. And so residents that can apply for a permit via the CityView software program, and we can process it here and do contact regarding payments and getting the building permit issued.
What sorts of things do I need a permit for? I don't need a permit for everything, but what do I need a permit for?
You don't need a permit for everything, but a lot of things you need a permit for. Decks, fences, additions to your home, kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, any electrical work or plumbing work does require a permit through the Community Development Department.
And if I have a question, maybe new carpeting, or I'm painting or adding some cabinets to my kitchen, if I have a question on whether or not I need a permit, who can I call?
You can call Community Development, 715-346-1567, and talk to one of our great administrative staff here who can help you through those questions.
There you go. Another hypothetical question. I'm Mike, and I want to open up a large manufacturing plant in the city.
Great.
Who do I talk to?
You can talk to me, Ryan Kronoski, with the Economic Development Division of the Community Development Department.
And if I need a plot of land, or maybe I'm looking for a building, or I need a special electrical service, or maybe a special water line.
Sure.
Can I still call your office?
Absolutely. Anything and everything that comes with physical development can be handled through the Community Development Department.
Wonderful. And finally, I think the last thing I want to ask is, I think my house is valued too high. I pay too much in property taxes.
Yeah.
What can I do about that?
Well, you and me both. But if you have concerns about your property assessment, you can speak to the city assessor or his staff.
Okay, and that's at the same department, so we can...
Community development encompasses city assessing as well. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the tour.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
We appreciate everything your office is doing.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Let's see if we can go find someone else to talk to. And now we're going to go visit our municipal court clerk and our engineering department, which is in the lower level of City Hall. And if you follow me, we'll take a stroll down there right now and see if they're around. And here we are at our Public Works and Engineering Department. Now this office is still closed to the public because there's not much that the general public needs to interact with our engineering department for, but here is where all of the projects that the city is doing in regards to road construction and repairs are taken care of. As I said, it's not open to the public, but if you do have any questions, you can contact the city engineering department, and our phone number is listed on our website at stevenspoint.com, or you can go online at stevenspoint.com to see an update on all of the street reconstructions and things like that that we're doing around the city. I know there's 2 seasons in Wisconsin, winter and construction, and winter's a little ways off yet, so we're going to be here for a while. Let's walk over to the municipal court clerk. Several years ago, the Village of Plover and the City of Stevens Point began a municipal court, and that really helps the consumers because rather than having to pay all those state fees, the municipal court can handle small things like jaywalking and littering and maybe a first offense OWI. Most people don't know it, but you can pay your fines down here, coming down City Hall and into the basement. And this is the municipal court clerk's office. The judge also has an office here, but you'll see Carrie's smiling face behind the window. So, hi Carrie. If you have a municipal court question, you can certainly contact Carrie and we'll get it taken care of for you. And that wraps it up pretty close for everything here at City Hall due to COVID-19. So maybe we'll say goodbye upstairs. And that kind of wraps up our tour here of City Hall, our little neighborhood. I want to thank you for joining us, and if you ever have questions, you can certainly contact my office at 346-1570 and or any of the other departments, or visit us at stevenspoint.com. I want to thank you for spending some time with us today, and know that we appreciate you. And if there's ever anything that we can do to try and help, we're going to be there, and we're going to try and help. So come on down to City Hall if you feel safe, but if you don't, there's plenty of online options. And until next time, neighbor, thanks for joining us on Talking Point.